Welcome to the MyFitLife CBD 101 series. I'm your host, Al Morenton. In this video, I will cover what is CBD. Now, this is super important because once people understand what it is, they won't fear or demonize it anymore. And they'll understand why daily CBD supplementation is absolutely essential to living a healthy and vibrant life. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you and get right into the presentation. All right, so what is CBD? So CBD, it's a cannabinoid, and it's found in the cannabis and or hemp plants. Now, there are over 100 cannabinoids that have been identified, and THC and CBD are the most abundant and the most talked about. So what is THC? So quickly, THC, it's the psychoactive component of the marijuana or cannabis plant. It's also an essential nutrient. It has a ton of benefit, but it's the molecule that's responsible for the high or euphoria that's most, commonly known in marijuana or cannabis. Okay. So what is CBD? CBD, it's non-psychoactive, so it does not get you high. It actually gives you mental strength and clarity and confidence. Because of that, it's attractive to a much wider audience. So most people don't want to get high. That's what we found. Most people do not want to get high, but they do want to think clearly and get healthy. And this is why CBD is so attractive. So pure CBD isolate or full spectrum CBD. There's a few different varieties of CBD out there. These are the two that I find most beneficial. Okay. So pure CBD isolate is just what it says. It's the CBD molecule isolated from the rest of the hemp or cannabis plant. So it's the CBD molecule only, nothing else exists around it. So the full spectrum CBD is the whole plant nutrition. So in our hemp plants, it's a high CBD, but there's also other cannabinoids, including CBC, CBG, THC, and CBN, just trace amounts of THC. So it doesn't get you high, but it does exist in there. And then there's other flavonoids, terpenes, which are like essential oils, minerals, micronutrients, and other trace elements or phytonutrients. And this is like a whole plant nutrition. So it's a holistic kind of a thing. And there's just more nutrition available here. So with the CBD isolated, you have the benefit of the CBD. Super awesome. But when you have the full spectrum, there's other cannabinoids, there's the other flavonoids, terpenes, minerals, etc. And that's just a plethora of additional nutrition. So there's just more potential for health benefit with that. It just makes sense, right? And that's why I love the full spectrum myself. Okay, so cannabis derived or hemp derived. This is super important, especially if you get the full spectrum. Now with the isolates, the CBD molecule is going to be isolated from the plant. So it should just be the CBD molecule, and it will be not non-psychoactive in either one. Okay, it's more beneficial to get it from the hemp plant if you're going to do an isolate, but either one, it's going to be non-psychoactive with the isolates. But with the full spectrum, with the hemp plant, which is what we derive our CBD from, our full spectrum CBD, the hemp plant contains 0.3% THC or less. Now that's an amount that will not get you high. So the full spectrum oil is still non-psychoactive, even though it contains a trace amount of THC, okay? Now, with a marijuana or cannabis plant, it's going to have a higher amount of THC than that 0.3%. If it had less than that, then it would be called a hemp plant. So it has to, just by its nature, have more than the 0.3%. And with today's world, we have like plants, marijuana plants, cannabis plants that have 15 to 20% and higher of THC, and that will definitely get you high, okay? So this is why the full spectrum hemp CBD is preferred, and it can be sold nationwide. So plant-based nutrient, essential nutrient. CBD is obviously a plant-based nutrient. It comes from the cannabis, hemp plants, right? But it's also what I call an essential nutrient, something that your body needs to form at its optimal levels on a daily basis, okay? So it's as an essential nutrient. And this is why I call it an essential nutrient, because CBD provides homeostasis in your body, or homeostasis is actually a fancy term for balance. So it fine-tunes and regulates your body so you can operate at your highest potential. And I'll show you how. Okay, so you have an endocannabinoid system. You actually have an endocannabinoid system that requires cannabinoids in order to operate and function. Okay, now the endocannabinoid system is actually responsible for this homeostasis or balance. CBD feeds your endocannabinoid system, and your endocannabinoid system is, like we said, it's a regulatory system. Okay, so it regulates all these other systems and structures in your body, including your central nervous system, your brain, your spine, nerves, etc. You can see it exists all over, all throughout your organs, your bones, and then it also exists all throughout your skin, your third dermal layer down, and that's why topicals work so amazing at point of contact. So it's super important. It regulates all the different systems in your body, and without it, you will operate suboptimally. No matter how awesome you think you operate, if you do not have cannabinoids fed into your system, into your body on a daily basis, you are operating suboptimally. So you have an endocannabinoid system that needs to be fed regularly in order for you to operate at the utmost optimal levels. Without it, you will malfunction. Okay. So CBD, this is why I call it your secret weapon. It's a cannabinoid. It's derived from the cannabis or hemp plant. It's an essential nutrient. It feeds your endocannabinoid system, or ECS. It's responsible for homeostasis or balance in your body, and it is a missing link. Okay, so CBD is your missing link to vibrant health and mental clarity. And that's the one thing that we want to just get into from this session with the what is CBD. It's an essential nutrient that your body needs to operate at the utmost optimal levels on a daily basis. Without it, you are operating suboptimally. Okay, so that concludes our session of the CBD 101 series, What is CBD? So remember to check out our online CBD store at myfitlife.net. Use coupon code MFL20 to get 20% off your next purchase. And remember, knowledge is power and health is wealth. Again, this is Al Morenton with MyFitLife. Thank you and have a beautiful day. Peace.